And hello, today, the cub, C-U-B, from Bad Cat, which is animals, in the beginning. Bad Cat, amplification, cub. So I'm doing a whole series on all 5. There, that's how you do it. Amps from Bad Cat, amplification. The cub, and then the hot cats, dead cats, semi-dead cats, all 7 lives cats, the lynx, which is a kind of a cat. It's very difficult to kind of wrap your head around. Why are there 5? What do they all do? Which one's right for me? And that's what I'm here for, to learn for you and then tell you, hey, these might be the ones you might want to look at. But before we can look at the cub, we're gonna take it out of its beautiful house.
Oh, the sun never shines when you're down and out. It's hard to look at life when you can't get up. These is the cup when you're in a hole. These are the times when you just feel old. It's hard to speak when you can't shout out. It's hard to smile when you live without. Everybody needs a little helping hand. I pull you up, you gotta make a stand. Oh, I am here, and I feel your pain. I know you're hurting, but...
And now for all of you who are gonna cry about, yeah, but you talk so much, and when are we gonna hear the amp? And how about I present you with some beautiful product shots and some impressions of the sounds, and that might be all you need, and you can turn the video off, which is fine. If you want to know more, stay tuned. Did I overpromise? No, I didn't. That was beautiful and it sounded awesome. But when are you gonna get to playing it in a mix? Some of you might say. Well, for that, I turned on Tom James's beautiful elevated gem tracks, and here's a noodle. Now, technically, you've seen and heard everything that you want to see and hear, except isolated sounds where you've already heard those. I don't know what the rest of the video is for, but we're doing it, and this is the longest part. So here we go. This is the Cub. It's an amp from Bad Cat with 30 watts, 2EL34, which is a number in letters, in cathode bias class AB configuration. To me, that means gobbledygook. To some amp people, it means they now know how the amp works. It's got a single channel. I get that. But you can turn it with the foot switch, which is included right there, this tiny little thing. You can turn it to a different color, which means it's not a single channel, but it is. It's got one gain, one EQ, two masters. So it is a single channel amp that is switchable between, let's say, clean and overdrive. Okay. Oh, the next thing on my list, it says clean and overdrive modes. 2 discrete switchable master volume controls. I already said that. Global input volume. We call it gain, but it's also input volume. But to the person that designed this, it's probably not gain, because gain in electronic-y terms means something different than input volume. So what do I know? Bass, middle, treble, that's EQ. Presence is what you get at Christmas under the tree. Studio quality reverb, which is another word of saying digital reverb. But when they say that, and it's a great sounding reverb, you go like, it's digital and I like analog, me. So they're saying studio quality, which is another way to dupe you into not crying about it. Buffered effects loop. Who doesn't like buffers? It just means it's better and has ohms. Don't send me stuff if you want electronic-y things, because I don't know. 112 Celestion Bad Cat custom speaker. It's right in here. No, you dumbasses. I'm sorry. I'm not very respectful to your viewers. I'm so sorry. No, that's to some of you. That's the head. In the combo, there's a V30. In the cab that we have here, there's 2 V30s. 2-button foot switch and slip cover included. There's a slip. You've seen it in the intro. So, Tom Johnson is what I wanted to say, but that is incorrect. John Thompson is correct, and that's the guy behind Bad Cat, one of the beautiful people. And together with my friend Peter Arendt, who's German, they kind of revamped the whole line in record time. They took the Bad Cat DNA, which has been there for years and has been brilliant, but needed some DNA refreshing. And they teamed up and in, as I said, record time, revamped the whole line, including the Cub. Now, Peter knows the shit, and he's very efficient and very German in the sense that he comes into an already existing amp company, and I don't know about Bad Cat, but I've seen other companies where all of a sudden it was cleaner, more efficient. There was a cleaner line of what gets done where, and just a very German efficiency. And also, he's got ears. And I'm thinking that's what he did there, because all 5 amps, these 4 and this, it's brilliantly done. They're using the same wooden enclosure. Well, which means for the whole amp line, you make one wooden enclosure. You have one cutout on the machine thing. They're using the same or very, very, very similar metal chassis. 2 of the amps, they sound different, but they clearly have the switches in the same positions. It's just efficient. If you look at the foot switch here at my feet, all the foot switches for all amps are literally the same size, and they're 2-button foot switches. They're all the same thing, just with different labeling. That is efficient. All the slip covers that you get are the same size. You probably only get a slip cover because they can order them in bigger numbers because they need the same one for all amps. Now, if you look in the back, all 5 amps have the same speaker outs. They have the same holes for the speaker outs. They have the same buffered effects loop. They have the same foot switch input, the same. All this in the back on all amps is actually identical. The only thing that changes is the serial number and the model name. So it is just an extremely efficient way to revamp the whole line and do great amps at more affordable prices because you're doing only the absolute guts, the PCB, CB, wiry, 2B, the inside shit. That's different. Also, what's different and distinguishes them from each other is this grill cloth is a bit different on all of them. The piping is a bit different. So they do look slightly different. And the jet black has the knobs at the bottom. Don't know why. Because the Lynx should have that, because it's that. But we're here. Now, what is the cub? In short, it's a 30 watt cathode by EL30. No, that's not what it is. What is it sound-wise? It's probably one of the most sparkly, top-endy, clean, brilliant, chimey amps you will find. And as I was playing it with this beautiful Magmal Strat private stock something, look at it. You know this puppy. It's been on the channel a lot. Switch. I'm going to unfoot switch the foot switch. Is that the foot switch? Yes. Isn't it amazing that we set up a camera for the back of this amp and we're already done with that angle? Yup. I'm amazed. So now the foot switch doesn't do anything, but you can actually see me switch things. We're going to stay clean. That's how you switch overdrive, get bass, middle, treble, and the EQs on all these are pretty different. At least on some of them. I don't know about this one. I watched a video on the Jet Black with Peter Ahrens and the EQ was post-drive and everything. Don't know about this. We'll find out. There's, of course, presence, 2 different master volumes, which you can switch with the foot switch or, of course, on the amp. But why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. If you walk over to the amp to switch it, you might as well change the master volume. And then there's reverb. We're going to turn that off for now. Remember, the studio reverb. I also have, I'm sorry, I'm doing because that's what I do. A TC 2290p in the effects loop, so you can hear the brilliance of the effects loop. Also, I can add delay once I'm driving. Baby, don't you want to drive my car? Baby, want to drive my car? What's that song? Driving? Something about my brain is doing things. So, here we go. Oh! V30 loaded. You're gonna have some buzz, even on the in-between positions, because that's how Magmal works. We have a Royer R10 hot rod in front of the cab. Thank you. And an SM57. So we have a ribbon and a 57. Who would have thought that that's what I'm using? Well, anyone that knows their shit. So let's get to some sounds. We're of course going to start with the clean, no reverb or the tiniest bit. And here we go. That's very body. So, it is definitely a very forward, mid-staffed, more aggressive clean, which you can easily tame. Let's see. It's got a little bit of a bite. You can tame that just by dialing down the presence. And all of a sudden, much rounder. The EQ section is massively effective. Let's get a bit more reverb in there. And with the presence of where it is, everything up, it does become way more jazzy. It's more fun when it's up, she said. So treble has a different effect. It will push the mids more to the focus. And of course, I would never really dial down the treble that much on any amp, but here, that gives it a pretty damn big range, wouldn't you say? Just beautiful cleans. Absolutely. Now, if we make them a little bit less aggressive like this, let's turn down this reverb. We're going to kick in the Galaxy here from UA, and then we have some classic-y type delays and stuff. And that's, of course, before the amp. Just like this tube screamer here. Just keep that all kind of midsy, and you see what happens. Beautiful. Now, does the effects loop work? Well, I kick in the 2290 in the effects loop. Does the effects loop work together with the reverb? Ideal cleans. More aggressive, more rounded off, super flexible EQ section, nice reverb, working effects loop. If you're looking for a clean amp to do the Stratis or the Tellys, holy balls, Batman. Now, let's stay on the clean channel for one more sec. We'll kick in a clone, see what happens. I now know where I need to grab, what I need to, what with the knobs, that if I want a thing. Impressive. So, yeah, that works. Pedals, yes. Effects loop, yes. Where do we go with overdrive? I mean, no. Where do we go with pushing the channel clean? More juice, more meat, more aggressive. Okay, gonna go back here, gonna kick in the overdrive. Kind of gets us to where I have been, but with the thing in the middle. Tiny bit of fizzle in the top there. It is definitely the most mid-staffed of the line. It distinguishes itself of having that hole in the middle, which could potentially make it more California Fender, because the deluxe reverbs do that there as well. But that's probably where the similarities end. But it is, when you crank it up, it's obviously not a modern high gain. Of course, it's not even a high gain, but... I can say, but Henning, why don't you play it with humbuckers? Who says I don't? This is one of those guitars that doesn't have two cutaways. It has one cutaway, kind of like a single cutaway. And from the Heritage people. It's a fine Heritage. That's all the gain that it has. Let's kick it in with a Droop Screamer. So we got this issue on YouTube of people calling us paid shills when we will say good things about a product when that's not the case, so we're paid to shill. And sometimes when a product is just good and there's no negatives to highlight, then it might come across as you're just paid to say that because you don't say anything negative. So should I say something negative about the Bad Cat Cub when I literally can't find anything? Oh wait, the foot switch is for babies and it's too small. I mean, look at the tiny foot switch. That's just ridiculous. Should it be bigger? No, what for? The reverb isn't a spring reverb. No, because it's a studio reverb / digital / it actually is really good. I mean, of course, we could show you that. Damn, that's got fat low end. That's it when you crank it all the way up. It's not a spring reverb. It's a good one. Springs are also good, but this is also good. Super massive, flexible EQ section that I actually want to use. On most amps, I would leave it all in the middle because I know whatever I do is going to be a tiny little difference that I don't really give a flying rat's ass about. Here, it'll change it from a very aggressive amp in cleans to a mild amp. It, right now with this guitar, might be actually benefiting from more. It sings and it's clean. Effects Loop works. It's got all the output for the cat. It's around, I don't know, they're all around 2,000, depending on where you are, whether in Europe, in the US. In the US, on the official website, it's anywhere between 2,000 and 2,400. Sometimes you find them for $18.99. In Europe, who knows? The prices are around the 2,000s for all of them. Find out at your preferred dealer. Which one is right for you? You can only really know by walking into a bar and walking into a guitar shop and actually trying them. But the strength of this is clearly pedals, clearly low to mid gain rock, but its absolute strength is the cleans, which are as good as they come. And I know you want to buy your 5,000, 6,000 euro two rocks and what they're all called, and they all do their specific thing. This specific thing is phenomenal. I know this because John Thompson is a great amp designer, and when I played the Bad Cats before they were revamped, they were already phenomenally good amps. And now that they've had the new DNA injected, I can't fault them at anything. Definitely not this one. That's what I got to say. If you want to hear them compared to each other, there's going to be a video on the channel. I will put links below as always. Thank you for using them. That absolutely helps to feed the dogs and cats, of which we have many. And if you want to find out where to get the shirt, there's a link below. With the coupon code, I get nothing, but you get a shirt. And animals at the end, as always.
Don't go giving